Amsterdam. So on our first day, we stopped off at a little cafe called Mortimer, where they did, unusual types of food. So, it was their take on this and their take on that. This was their take on cheese, I believe. And as you can see, there's a couple of interesting takes on traditional foods, but they were all delicious. Went for a couple cocktails afterwards, which we did quite a lot of those on our stay. Now, the Christmas market, as you can see here, was brilliant. Really enjoyed the Christmas market, but I think it wasn't quite as big as other videos on YouTube make it out to be. So I think that's something to bear in mind. It was pretty much all you can see here, so probably about 400, 500 feet deep, by the same amount wide. It looked sort of twice as big from sort of videos that we were watching beforehand. It was south of the Rijksmuseum, which you can see just there. Obviously there's the Christmas market, and we had a great time. But we were a little bit disappointed that it was not as huge as it was made out to be. This is our walk back north into the sort of city centre from the Rijksmuseum. And one thing you can't really see in this video, but one thing that we were really sort of disappointed by, was just the amount of rubbish and litter on the streets, overflowing from the bins. We had a couple of bitterballen, sat by the river here, which was, I say river, should be canal, which was very pleasant. And on the evening, on our first day, we went to Samperna, which we went to previously in May this year. The food was incredible. We had, a full table spread of lovely Indonesian food. But the one problem we had that we have had previously in Amsterdam is they will tell you that the card machine is not working and to go across the road and get cash. That has happened to us a couple of times, but if you tell them that the cash machine is out of order, funnily enough, the card machines begin to work, so bear that in mind. We had a few more cocktails and then a wander back to the hotel through the city at night time. I think the hotel was called the NH Hotel. I haven't got a load of footage of the hotel because obviously we were there as a bit of like a family holiday, so I didn't want to ruin it. But it was a very nice hotel, very clean, very modern. And as you can see, we have these little water refiller machines in the hallway outside the room. As you can see from there, it was very modern, very nice, and quite large for an Amsterdam hotel. The second day, I didn't actually bring my camera around with me because I wanted to enjoy the holiday, but we did go on the cookie cruise. Now, 10 out of 10 recommend that you do the cookie cruise. It was incredible. Hot chocolate, Baileys, great tour guide, great experience. On our third day, we started it by queuing for Fable Friet, which is very well known, very popular on socials. You have to queue for quite a while on the bridge, but the process is relatively straightforward, and you do get the chips quite quickly. It was about -1 degrees Celsius, so we were freezing cold standing there, but the chips were pretty nice, not mind-blowing though. Here's a quick overview of our messy room. Apologies ladies, it was messy, but I did have to take a video. There were 3 of us in the one room, myself, my wife and my stepdaughter. Room was great, view was pretty crappy, but when you're going to Amsterdam, you're not going to stay in your hotel room. You just want somewhere clean and fresh to rest your head before you sort of crack on with the day. Had breakfast at a little bar restaurant just around the corner from the hotel. It was all right, nothing mind-blowing, so I will save you the link in the video. There was actually quite a nice bar that we did go to a couple of times. I can't remember the name of it now, but I will put it in the comments so you can have that recommendation. It was in obviously to the Western Jordan side of the city. I've got quite a lot of videos of the torture museum. So we've done quite a few of the museums in Amsterdam, and I think that they're good fun if you remember that you're paying sort of 10, 15 euros. You're not paying a load of money, so you don't expect to get too much. You've got to remember in Amsterdam as well that space isn't bountiful, so none of the museums are going to be sort of incredibly huge. That being said, the Bodyworks Museum is rather large, so mark my word on that one. Good fun walking through here. You've got your sort of, I presume, replicas of the tortured devices, lots of really interesting artwork, and every sort of device has the details as to what this device is, how it was used, etc. So probably good for a 30-45 minute wander if you're getting a little bit cold. But yeah, circling back on my earlier point, why was I disappointed? I love Amsterdam. It's one of my favorite cities, and when we went in the summer, it was immaculate, really clean, a very nice place to be. But for the Christmas period, obviously going in the days leading up to Christmas Eve, it's just a lot more rubbish on the street than you'd like to see. Typically they were around the bins, which made me think perhaps that maybe there was some kind of strike on, maybe the bin collections weren't frequent before the festive period, because I'm guessing sort of Christmas might have been celebrated on Christmas Eve, so not sure what happened there, but that was disappointing. The other thing that I didn't particularly, I was slightly disappointed by, was the fact that the Christmas market was pretty atypical of British Christmas markets. So I think next year it might be worth trying, maybe some more European markets and maybe getting some more feedback on those. It was great. As you can see, there was plenty of different, foods and drink options, but it just wasn't as big as YouTube makes it out to be. So it's our final day now, and we mainly just did sort of walking around, lots of shopping after our sort of perusal of the Torture Museum. Popped into a couple of shops here. One or two of them were, quite interesting, quite funny. I found a shop full of my favorite drink in the world, the healthy beverage of Monster. So I had to get a video of all the different flavors there. Bit redundant, I know, not specific to Amsterdam, but hey, you take away what you take away. We stumbled as well across a shop with, those funny bag designs and so on. It's a little bit too feministy, but it was still great. And then we obviously rounded up our trip with a visit to Pluck. We had to try 2 different Plucks until we found the one that we wanted to go to that served the correct type of Instagrammable hot chocolate. So bear that in mind, not all of them do it. But here is my stepdaughter and wife bringing the hot chocolates up the tiny little stair to us, and they were delicious. So all in all, 100% recommend Amsterdam as a getaway. It does get really expensive when you're doing 5 or 6 different things every single day, but yeah, get it done, 100%. We had a great time. Thank you for watching.